Yeah, good morning, everyone. So, last session in JavaScript, we learned about variables, variables and data types. Data types, what type we learned? So, data types, primitive types. In primitive types, what is the first type we discussed? Number. So, how to define numbers and what are the number types? We learned about it. Next, converting of numbers also we saw, right? Now today we will see how to deal with the string type. How we can work with the string type. Actually, what is a string? String is nothing but string is a literal with a group of characters. Close. So with a group of characters enclosed in, we have three options. One is double quotes, single quotes, and we have backticks. Technically, string is group of characters enclosed in double quote, single quote, backtick. Group of characters means characters can be alphabet, lowercase, uppercase. It can be numeric and it can be special characters. All this comes under. Double quote we can use. That means suppose name is equal to John. That is a string. We can use where name is equal to John. Single quote also we can use. We can use name is equal to backtick John. Like this, we can use backtick also. This is called backtick. We call it as backtick. Backtick actually, it is present on tilde key. In keyboard, we will have a tilde key. On tilde key, you will have backtick. So backtick is used for that. Now, what is the main difference between them? Difference is actually double quote and single quote difference is we can use double quote and single quote to switch between inner and outer string. That means actually outer and inner string is defined using double and single quotes. Outer and inner string is defined by using double and single quotes. That means what? See, for example, we will take our project and in this project we are defining here, okay. We are going to that. Yeah. So in this project, let's declare a variable and we will give where some link is equal to. I am giving here in double quote, I am writing an anchor. Here, anchor contains home. Usually, anchor will have an href. It will have an href. Href is equal to. Here again, href we need to define path. And how to define the path? You cannot use double quote again, because already outer string is in double quote. Inside it, you cannot use double quote. Then inner string must have single quote. And here you can say home.html. That is how we need to configure. Here we are using document.write link. So we have to use document.write link. That is enough. Right. Now, outer string is in double quote. Inner string should be in single quote. We cannot use again double quote. Now, your string that you have defined is correct. And you can see it will display like this. And home, it will get the detail and display. This is simple how you configure. You can switch between that. That means I will copy this one. You can switch between. Switch is nothing but you can write like this, or there is another method. What you can do is outer string you can give single quote. If outer string is single quote, inner string must be double quote. You can switch between them. The inner string must be in double quote. You can define in this way. So inner and outer string combination, we have to do the combination by using single quote and double quote. If outer is in double quote, then inner should be in single. If outer is in single, inner should be in double. This is also same concept. You can see refresh. It is also same. So we can use both techniques, this or that. So whenever you are defining string, we have this mechanism. But what is problem in single and double quote is representing lengthy strings will be difficult. For example, see. Suppose here we are declaring a variable called name. And name is John. And we have age is 22. And here we are defining some logic. That means here we are writing var message 1. Here we will put a double quote. And here we are writing hello. After the word hello, we want to display the name. That means we need to bring this variable and add to this string. Then we have to use plus. Is concatenation. Concat name. Okay. After that, continue string. Then again plus. Here we are typing you will be. After you will be, I am typing here age. I want to get the age. Again plus. Whatever present in age. To that age, we want to add plus 1. Then we will do in a parenthesis age plus 1. That means it is 22 plus 1. After that, again string continues. Then again plus. So, and here I am writing next year. That's the sentence. That means hello, username, and you will be next year. For example, here we can take these details from prompt. Understood? Enter name. Here also we can take the detail from prompt as enter age. These details we are giving. Now age plus 1, this is a string type. You have to convert into number. Then what we have to do? Parse int. Parse int prompt. It will convert into number. Now after this, I will print this sentence. That means document.write msg1, message 1 we are printing. Now observe here, when we are printing that message, enter name. Name I entered some John, age some 24, and say okay. Then it will print the message, hello John, you will be 25 next year. But see, problem in spaces. Then we have to give the spaces extra. Generally, we can give space extra. Here we can give the space. But at the end of the words, don't use spaces. Because later, if we trim the words, later you will see in string there is a trim function. Usually in general programming, everybody who reads string, to remove unnecessary spaces, they will use trim method. Compulsory. Everywhere while reading strings, we use trim method because extra spaces must be removed actually. So when they are using trim method, then those extra spaces are deleted. That is the reason what we do, we write space manually like this. That means we have to put a plus and an empty blank space like this, empty quote. So similarly, after name, again plus and empty space. After you will be, again plus empty space. After age, plus again space. This is all we have to define. Now when I run this time you can see now hello John, and some 22 you will be next year 20. That is okay, good. But what is problem is lot of concatenation, plus, lot of issues with spaces. Representing lengthy string is a difficult job. That is the reason what happened is JavaScript ES5. ES5 is version JavaScript ES5. ES5 is what? ECMA script 2015. From JavaScript ES5 introduced, backtick for string. What is speciality is which can have embedded expression with dollar curly brace. We call it as data binding expression. In interviews, if anybody asks what is data binding expression in JavaScript, data binding expression is dollar curly brace. It allows you to embed any expression in a string, but not in every string. You can embed expression in a string only when the string is in backtick. So what you have to note is embedded expression is not allowed in double or single quote. So it is only for backtick. It is not allowed others. It is only for backtick. It is not allowed anywhere else. I will show you that here. See, that means how backtick works. Let's see. I will put a line break at the end. BR will put a line break here. Okay. Now here I am writing var msg2, message 2. In message 2, we will put a backtick. In this backtick, we are writing hello. After that, we want name, which is a dynamic value. You can put any dynamic value by using $curly brace. That is expression. Here you can access name and bind it. After that, you continue. You will be again binding expression. In that, what is it? Age plus 1 next year. It looks simple and it looks perfect. So you don't need to use a lot of concatenations. So it's very simple way of representing a string. But this is good only when you have some expressions. Otherwise, better you can go with double quote or single quote. So here you can see, here I will print that message also. Document.write message 2. Both messages are same, but one is designed with ordinary string, another one is designed with backtick. So now see here, I run. So enter name, some David, age, some 24, and you see both looks output same. But the first one, lot of concatenation. See how much lengthy string it is. This is all you have to define. In the second string, this is all in the first string. In the second string, it is very simple. Now, many times you people come with a complaint that backtick is not working. It can never happen that backtick is not working. Only the mistake you do is you think backtick and you type single quote. That means you are unable to identify the difference between backtick and single quote. Generally, you people write single quote only, because what happens is in some note font styles, backtick, single quote looks similar. Some font styles, backtick, single quote looks similar. Then you will think that you are writing backtick, but it is actually what a single quote. And due to that, what happens if I put in single quote, embedded expression will not work. That means you write anything, so and age, and it will display like this. So that is because embedded expressions are not allowed in single quote and double quote. Embedded expressions are allowed only in the backticks. You have to use backtick for that. This is embedded expression, how you can define. So I will put here some David something and 22, and it will display that. So this is the new about string. I will copy this example for you. This is an example with both. What is difference between single quote, double quote, and backtick? So new string representation is backtick, and backtick uses an embedded expression which is defined with the dollar and block. Now, while working with the string, another major concept is several characters in a string representation. Several characters in a string representation will escape. Several characters in a string representation will escape printing. Why they escape printing? Because they have some work already in the terms of compiler. Compiler have a separate work for them. So compiler will not treat them as characters. Compiler will treat them as compiler keywords, and it will compile them. Due to that, some characters in a string will escape printing. You cannot print them. You have to manually print the non-printable characters. For example, see here, we are typing here. I am typing a var path. In the path, I am writing, so d : / images / suppose in that we have some name as some shoe.jpg. Like this we are writing. Now I am printing it. So document.write, we are printing the path. Now actually this is a file path. We are trying to print that path. And you can see when you print, it is not printed in the same way. What is missing? You can see some characters are missing here. Right? D : after that slash is missing. After images slash is missing. So not only slash, like that several characters will escape. They will not print. So if then what will happen? You will think that you written path correct, but compiler will take a wrong path. Then what we have to do is we have to print. So you can print the non-printable printable characters. You can print the non-printable characters by using slash again. That means any character which is unable to print, we have to use slash and that character. Understood? If you put the character with a slash, then it can print that character. If any character is not printing, put a slash before it, it will print. Already we learned. If you remembered in meta characters, we learned. So suppose we want to allow only numeric, then what to do? Only numeric in meta characters, regular expression. Then we have to use D. But if I write D in a pattern, it will think D character. Then what we have to do? Slash D. That is escape sequence. So everywhere it is there. So here you will find this very important. You see now, I am writing here. Now I want to print this slash. Then what to do? Put a slash before it. I want to print second slash. Here also slash. So it is done. Now once you do it, now you can see it is printing that slash. So that is very important. Otherwise your strings will go wrong. You will think one string, it will print another, right? Not only for slash, any character. Suppose I am printing a double quote. I want to print this double quote. Then before the double quote, you can put a slash. Again, another slash double quote. Then you can see it will print the double quote also. Otherwise, double quote is not printed. So that is representation of string. So this is one example for escape sequence actually. So for printing non-printable characters, you have to use a slash. Now another important is JavaScript. JavaScript provides. So JavaScript provides a set of methods for formatting and manipulating string. So after using a string, formatting the string, manipulating the string is very important. Why? Because formatting and manipulating is very important because lot of validations and interactions are designed through string. Suppose you asked user to enter name and name should be 10 characters long. How to verify Is it 10 characters long or not? So for that, we need some properties and methods. How to verify whether first character is a capital letter or not? How to verify whether string is having a specific character or not? All such validations are important. For example, you are using email. In email, it is compulsory that it should have @. How you will check @ present or not? All such options requires string manipulation. String formatting means condition satisfied. He entered correct value. Then it should show in green color. It is not properly entered. Then it should show in red color. That means a string should change its appearance dynamically. Then you can use these formatting functions. We have string formatting and we have string manipulating. Lot of string formatting and manipulating methods. So technically, what are the string formatting and manipulating methods? So let's see the string formatting and manipulating methods. Actually, string formatting methods, we have so many string formatting methods. What are the basic string formatting methods? We have like bold, like italics, we have like font color, we have like font size, we have like 2 uppercase, we have like 2 lowercase, all these. These are all string formatting functions. Some important major use. So while working with strings, bold, italics, underline, superscript, subscript, so many will be there. Actually, you will have like SUP, superscript, SUB, that is subscript, like this. You have so many basic options available. Now important here, what are all these string formatting methods? How to deal with these methods? Just one simple basic example I will show. Later in various concepts we can see them, right? For example, suppose here we will design a page. So let's add one page here. Yeah. In this page, I'm creating some data list with the data term. So here we are using like user name, data definition. So input type is equal to text. Okay. Now in this, what we will do is we will ask user to enter some name. And important, when user is entering the name should be in capital letter. That means I will put a placeholder as name block letters only. Like this I am defining. That means it must be in capital letter only, block letters only. So I will give an ID as user name. Okay. If user is not entering capital letter, what we have to do is, when user is not entering capital letter, after he finished typing, we will convert to capital letter. That means we asked them to enter capital letter, they are not entering. Then we will convert, because it's mandatory that it should be in caps. You see online so many application forms. Entire form must be filled in capital letter. Even you don't write capital letters, it will be converted to capital letter. That's very simple. But question is when to convert. So I want to convert so many situations. After you finish typing everything in the text box, you can convert. Or for every character immediately after the type, you can convert. Depends your requirements. Suppose I want to convert once they finish inside it. Then what you can do is you can write a event for this text box. For the text box, you can write a event. That event is on blur. On blur indicates when element loses the focus. Already in CSS, we learned focus class is there. So when element lose the focus, then it is called blur. Element gets the focus and lose the focus. When element lose the focus, blur. That means they come out of it, means they finished it. Then blur. On blur, what we will do is we will write a change case function. So we will write the function here. We will write the function in script. In the script function, what is it? Change case. Here, first, we have to collect what is entered in text box. Then we will put a variable. Username is equal to document dot get element by ID. So username dot value. It is the value entered in text box. After that, document dot get element by ID, username. What is it? Text box. Username is text box. Dot value is equal to username variable. What is this logic is what we collected from text box that is present in memory, and the same is stored in the same text box again. That means what we are doing here, actually, what we are doing is simple. Generally, here, there is a text box and we have memory. So, in memory, suppose X equal to, they entered some A into this text box. And what we are doing, we are storing that in memory. After storing that, same, this is again assigned to same text box. What you read from text box, the same assigned to text box again. But this time, what we will do is, we will put that string as dot to uppercase. To uppercase. That means it will read the string and it will assign the same string to text box but converting to uppercase. What is to uppercase? It converts the characters into capital letters. Whatever characters are present in that string, they are converted into capital letters. When this will happen on blur. So here, what we are doing now, we are typing some name. And after that we finished. That means click outside or press tab key. Then it is finished, then converted to capital letters. You click again and type something and click outside, then again converted to uppercase. So that is change case. We can change uppercase, you can change lowercase. This I am giving on blur. Actually, what is the event here I am using? We are using blur, on blur. On blur. On blur means, so actions to perform when element lost focus. Actions to perform when element lost focus. We have another. We can try on key up. That means actions to perform after every key. After every key. Actions to perform after every key. So to perform actions after every key, then you can use on key up. So here what we are doing, we will go and here we are just changing, instead of on blur, we will use on key up, on key up. JavaScript have a lot of events. We will have a separate session on events. It's a very big concept. Before going into it, we are learning this, right? So on key up, what we have to do? On key up, we need to write this logic. Now see what will happen. When I am typing every character, it is converted into uppercase. That means it will not wait until you finish. While typing, it will convert into characters. That depends how you want. You can use on key up or you can use on blur. There are so many events. These are very commonly used ones. So here we are using a string formatting function. What is that? To uppercase. We can convert to uppercase or we can convert to lowercase. So that is string formatting function. And here, this is example I will give. So that is the example. Not only that, suppose we are verifying some characters. We are verifying some characters and we want to display some message. For example, see here. Later we will do it clearly. Suppose we are asking here user. We will do a simple example here. This is for every character we are verifying. We will do one more work. Below the data definition, another data definition. ID as, so user error. Okay. We will access that user error. Where user error. What is that user error? Document get element by ID user error. That is nothing but data definition. Now what we will do is we will write a simple logic. If username, so if username is equal to some name. Suppose I given the name as Sanjay. If username is Sanjay, then what should happen is it should display user error dot inner HTML. It should display username taken. Like this we are displaying. Otherwise we will display user error dot inner HTML is equal to, we will put here, so username available. So this is the message, username taken, and here we will put try another, like this will. Now see what happens here. When I am typing here, it says username available, S is available. And I am typing Sanjay, then it should say username taken. But actually, why it is showing like that? Because I am typing in small letter. It is changing into capital letter and it is showing username is taken, try another. One character difference also it will say username available. That means I said here, so it is username taken, it is showing. But not immediately. Why immediately? Because I am using key up. Generally what we have to do, blur or key press, some other events are there we will use. But initially it is okay showing. Actually what is the event here? We are using key up. Instead of that, what you can do on blur. On blur, if I do that, that means I am typing some name. It is saying username available. But actually username is not available. It should say taken. Why? Because you see, generally it is showing taken because we have to not to convert to case, right? Let's do that. We will not convert to case here. We are just collecting the username. We are not converting. Okay. Now, if you are not converting, you are just using. So I am writing some name and it will say taken. Now you can try on key up also. Just put on, what is it? Key up, on key up. That means for every character it will verify. For every character it will verify. Suppose I am removing Y, it says available. I am adding Y, it says taken. That means for every character it is showing. Every character it is showing. Now, what happens if username is taken? It should be red color. If username is available, it should be green color. We have to change the font. Then what you can do? We can simply put here an option like username taken there. That is the string. To that string, we can apply font color. Font color is a string function. Color name, I will give as red. Next one, here we will define font color. What is that font color? We will give as green. That means now you can see this is string formatting function. You can add multiple also. If it is taken, you can add extra bold like this. So here, if it is available, we can put italics along with bold. Your wish, you can add anything. That means now you can see I am typing here some username available and it is taken, try another. Any one character difference, it is available. Same, then it is saying taken, try another. That's a simple logic we are defining. Here our concept is not logic. Our concept is how to apply colors effects dynamically, how to format a string dynamically. That is the key point here. These logics you will see later, means how to verify username is available or not, username taken or not. Those logics we will see later. But as of now, our concept is not verifying username. Our concept is if condition satisfied, how to apply a color. If not satisfied, how to apply another color. Dynamically, how you can change appearance of string. That you can do by using these functions. These are called string formatting methods. This is an example for that. This is an example for string formatting. Another example I will give here. The previous one was converting to uppercase. The next one is just verifying username is taken or not. If taken, one color, if not, another color. Message is changing, effects also changing. These are string formatting methods. We have string manipulation methods. String manipulation. String manipulation methods and properties are there. And property. What are the properties? That means properties. So what are the properties methods we have for string manipulation? For string manipulation, so many are there. One by one we will see. The first one, we have length. Length is nothing but it counts, it returns the total count of characters in a string. In a string, how many characters are there? It will count. It will count the total number of characters in a string. That is a very simple option, length. That means, so here we will do one thing. So when user enters username, we will write a condition. If username dot length, that is the string length. Username is whatever name you entered in text box. If its length is greater than, so or we say length is less than 4, we will put a message. User error dot inner HTML, we will say name too short. Like this we will do. Name too short. So that means it is very short. So we will put else user error dot inner HTML. We will keep empty. That means we are displaying. What this indicates, minimum 4 characters are required. Here name too short I am just giving. I am not using any placeholder or anything. And when it should verify key up. Key up means when they are typing, it should verify. Here you can change the function name. Instead of change case, we will give verify name. Same function we will give verify name. Anything you can give, I am giving reasonable. Now you see what happens when I am typing here. It says name too short. Minimum how many? 4 characters. Now it is okay. So I remove, then it says name too short. We can put a detailed message, name too short. So minimum 4 characters required. That message we can give. And I will put here add. One is what? Font color. Font color we will give as red. Then I am typing here, it says name too short. Minimum 4 characters required. Once the 4 characters satisfied, it is okay. Similarly, if it is greater than 10 characters, another message should come. Then you have to write multiple conditions. What we have to do, if name length is greater than 4, means less than 4, this message will come. We will have another message. Else if we will write username. If username is greater than 10, username dot what? Length is greater than 10 characters. Then we will put another message. What is the message? The message we will say that, so name too long. So max, name too long, max 10 characters only. That message we will give. If it is not both less than 4 or greater than 10, then we will put a message else, another else. Here we will put user error is equal to empty. User error dot inner HTML. Inner HTML is equal to empty. Is equal to empty. That is the message. Now I am typing here. So it says name too short. And now it is okay. I am entering more than 10 characters. Then it will say name too long. Name too long also, we will convert that font color. Font color is what? Red. That's the color we are defining, red. Okay. Now you can see while typing, that is say name too short. If it is 4, fine. If it is more than 10 characters, it will say name too long. These are the formats, how you can apply the formats and define. So for that, one simple option. So one is formatting, another one is manipulating. String manipulation, so one option is length. So this is example for that. That is a string manipulation. This is the example for that. So in string manipulation, we have a property called length. Now in the string manipulation, you have so many other important functions. Another important, we have char at. Char at is nothing but it returns the character at a specified index. It returns the character at specified index. That means, for example, we have a string str is equal to welcome. Now what happens if I say str dot char at 0? That means it will return W. That means index number starts with what? 0. First character is at which location? 0. and it will return which character is present at first. Right. Why we need them, how to use them, we will see that. Why we need them, we will see how to use and why we need. Character at, another one is you can use, another option is you can use char code at. Char at and char code at. Char code at is nothing but it returns the character code. Character code. So which is at specified index. Specified index. Character code means nothing but if I write here A code is 65. And if I say Z code is 90. That means uppercase letters start from 65 to 90. So character codes, every character have a code. That character code is written. What is the purpose of character code? We can verify whether they are typing capital letters or small letters. What characters they are typing, we can verify by using that character code. So let's see how to use them. Char at, char code at. For that caret, later one example we will see, because for that some more concepts we have to learn. So for that actually what you have to learn is, another option is that we have called substring. We have another substr. Another option is slice. These three are important. These three combinations you can use correctly. Without that you cannot, right? First we will see that. First point is how you use this char code at. I will show you that. Then we will see caret and substring and all. Char code at is nothing but, for example, we are writing here username, and it's very simple. Logic is nothing but, logic is, I will put a placeholder. Name must start with block letter. That means name must start with uppercase letter. So we need to enter name. It should start with uppercase letter. So that means you can enter any name, but capital letter must be there. First letter must be caps. That is mandatory. Then how you verify whether the first letter is a capital letter or not? For that, what you have to do is, we have to just simply write the logic like this. If username dot char code at 0 means first character is greater than or equal to 65 and double ampersand, this indicates end. Another condition also should satisfy. What is another condition? Username dot char code at 0 is less than or equal to 90, means it is in capital letter. If the code of character that you typed at first place is uppercase, then it will return 65 to 90. If it is not 65 to 90, then it is not capital letter. If it is 90, then user error dot inner HTML, we keep empty. Otherwise, we will put else user error. So we'll say user error dot inner HTML. We will keep as invalid, or say we will simply put name must start with uppercase letter. This message will give. And we will just put a font color as red. That's how we are defining. Now you see here, when we are typing some name, then it says name must start with uppercase letter. And when I start with uppercase letter, then it is okay. Any name you are typing, it should start with uppercase letter, then fine. If it is not having an uppercase letter, it shows that message. An uppercase letter, then it is okay. How do you verify that first character is uppercase or not? For that, we have to use char code at. Char code at is to verify the character's code present at specified index. Every character have a code. Usually that starts with 65 to 90 for alphabets. Numbers, symbols, you can just Google character codes. That means Google keyboard layout. In keyboard layout, keyboards with character codes will be displayed, right? Technically, that is char code at. How do we use the char code at, right? This is the basic first point, okay? Now, how do we use the other options, combinations? I told you we have to use the combinations. Now, technically, how to use these substring, string, and slice? So here, substring, string, and slice. What is difference between these three? First, you need to understand. And in many interviews also, they ask this question because all look similar in general. But there is a lot of difference between them. But initially, they look similar. For example, see, suppose here we are defining string.html. Let's write a script here. And here we are configuring var. So var str is equal to some welcome to JavaScript, something like this. We are using, so document.write. We are using str.slice. Slice I am defining from 0 to 6 or 7. I am using 0 to 7. And you can see here 0 to 7 slice. Then it is going to print that. You can see it is going to print that, right? So here it is accessing only that welcome because 0 to 7 characters it can read. I am doing one more option here. Instead of slice, I am using substring. Substring I am using 0 to suppose 4. Then substring will read 0 to 4 here working. 0 to 7, then substring also sub-str also showing same. Now I am using another one. What is it? Substring. Sub-str, substring. Substring 0 to 4. You can see it is showing same. 0 to 7. Then this is also returning same. Then obviously the question will be what is difference between them? All are returning same. But actually all are not returning same. What is difference between these is actually slice. Slice is it returns the characters between characters between specified start and end index. That means we have to mention the start index and end index. And very important is in this slice actually end index must be greater than start index. Understood? Must be greater than start index. Compulsory. So for example, you see here, I am using the method. Here I am using the method called slice. I am using slice. Start index is, suppose I am giving as 7, starting from 7. So, and up to some 18, I am giving 7 to 18 or 7 to some 15. 7 to 15. Including spaces also it will read. Right, 7 to 15. Then I am giving like this and it will read those characters. 7 to 15 it will read there. That means to Java. Like this it will read. Now important here is, here I am giving 7 to 0 or just 7. 7 means it will be 7 to end. 7 to end means it will read entire JavaScript. Now I am reading 7 to 0. 7 to 0. That means from 7 to backward. It cannot happen. It cannot happen. It cannot read it. Because the end index must be greater than start. The end index must be greater than start. You have to mention the start index and the end index. It is compulsory that end index is greater than start. Right? Then this will not work. That is the problem with what? Slice. Slice will use start index and end index. What is sub str is nothing but sub at str, it returns specified number of characters. Specified number of characters. It returns specified number of characters from given index. It is not end index. Specified number of characters from index. That means actually what is the syntax for slice? The syntax for a slice is nothing but we have to use a string and dot what? Slice. We have start index and end index. That is the start and end index. But sub str is nothing but actually sub str. It uses the syntax where we have a string dot sub str. It will use start index and how many characters. It is not end index. From that position, how many characters to read. That is how substring works, not end index. That means here, sub str, I am using sub str. Sub str. So sub str here. Here I am defining, so some 7. Some 7 I am giving as 5. It is not end index. It is saying that from 7, read 5 characters. Some 7 to 5 characters means 7, 5. Including the space, as I told you, blank spaces also it will read. Suppose 7 to suppose 7. That means it is 7 to 7 characters it will read. And if it is 7, then it will read from 7 up to end. If you don't give how many characters, it will read up to end. If I give 0, what will happen? From 7, 0 means it will read nothing. It will not read anything. That means from 7, 0 means it will not read anything. So what is difference between sub str and slice? Slice will use start index and end index. It will read characters between those index. But sub str is not like that. Sub str is how many characters from the string. How many characters from that specified string you can use sub str. And very important is, so it cannot, sub str is nothing but it cannot read. It cannot read. So see here, I am using, suppose I am using -4. -4 means what? Back. And you see it is not working. Minus 4 is not working. That means it cannot read. It cannot read. It cannot read backward. Understood? It can be only forward. That means you cannot define negative values. You cannot define negative values. So here, what is advantage of substring is it reads specified number of characters from given index in both directions. That means forward and backward. You don't need a negative value. So that means it uses positive value. It uses a positive value for both directions. That means what we can do here, we can just put like this here. Substring now. Substring. What is substring? Substring is what? Suppose I am giving 7 and up to end it will read. That means you can see 7 to end. It will read 7 to end. I am giving 7, 0. 0 is left side, right? Backward. It can read backward also. Slice and sub-str cannot do that. So it can give forward or backward. So depending on the situation, we have to use. This is backward. Suppose 7 to. What does this means? From 7 to characters, right? Up to 2. From 7 up to 2. It can read up to 2. Not 2 characters. So that means it is going to read up to 2. Up to 0. You can read up to 0. It can display like this. That is what actually the advantage of this. So better I will give here definition, not number of characters. It reads specified index. Specified index from given index. That can be both directions. So right or left. That is the point. That is syntax for substring. Syntax for substring. That means string, we have to use substring. And in the substring, I can give 7, 0. Or simply, I can give here substring. Substring, I will give 7. Like this, it can handle 7 to 15 or something. Any directions we can use. This is basic difference between these three. Now with combination of this, let's see one point how it works, right? For example, now what we have to do is, suppose there is a sentence where I am giving sentence. The sentence is written like this. Sentence is written like this to JavaScript. Like this we have given. That means it is a toggled sentence. It is a toggled sentence. So whatever the sentence in whichever case they give, I need to convert this into uppercase. We have 2 uppercase. I want to convert it into lowercase. We have 2 lowercase. But I want to convert into sentence case. There is nothing for that. Sentence case means the first letter of sentence must be caps. That means only W must be caps, all must be lowercase. There is nothing like that. There is nothing like that. We have to create our own. We have to write our own logic. Then how? See. First, we will read first character. How to read first character in a string? To read first character in a string, what we have to do? Sentence dot what? Caret. Caret which index? 0. We have to read the first character. How to read rest characters? That means from 1 to rest of the end. So how do we do that? So we can use sentence dot, I can use substring or say anything I want, just from 1 to end. Okay, now what should happen? where result is equal to first character must be converted to which case? Uppercase. After that, plus means concatenate the rest characters into what? Lowercase. So that is the result, and we need to print that result. Document dot write, and we are printing that result. That means now whatever the characters you type, it will display in this way. Whatever the capitalization you may give. So suppose anything, that means I just given a standard one. We can use a prompt, ask them to type whatever they may type. First character will be uppercase, all other will be in lowercase. That means, for example, I'm asking here, I will copy this here. So this is example for that. Suppose I'm asking to type the sentence, your wish, prompt, so enter sentence, right? And they can enter the sentence here. While entering the sentence, suppose I am giving, suppose some uppercase is good, something like this I am writing. That means we are typing some sentence in this way. Then I click on OK, then it will display in lower sentence case. We can convert to uppercase, we can convert to lowercase, but there is nothing like sentence case. Later, we can able to convert every word first letter into capital letter. Every word first letter into capital letter. How do we deal? How do we work? We will see that. That we will see in our next sessions, right? First, you need to practice all this, right? Because these are major options. You need to finish all this. Then tomorrow we will see more complex now. From tomorrow onwards, very complicated programs will come. Very complex programs will come. So you have to handle them. For that, you need to first practice all this, whatever we learned today. Then tomorrow we'll continue with this. Okay, right.